Hello, everybody. This is going to be a fun one. Welcome to another episode of TNC Movie Nights. And like I said, this is going to be a fun one because I don't know what's happening. Brandon is kind of responding to the Revenge of the Sith quiz that I gave him, a couple months ago now at this point, right?
Month and a half, I want to say. Month and a half,
Wow.
almost 2 full months.
And so he's sort of reciprocating. So I don't know what's going to happen. So I don't know why I'm introducing this episode, but tell us about it, Brandon.
So we do have a quiz of Alex's favorite, one of his favorite movies, Shawshank Redemption. This was a little difficult for me, to be very honest, because I saw the movie when I was probably 19 years old. That was the last time I saw it. So I did have to go online. I looked at What Culture and a couple other websites that had some quiz questions and gathered mostly from What Culture, just kind of verified from a couple other sites as well. So I'm very excited for us to get into the quiz in a moment. But up until then, of course, I know last week we did our review for Borat, the subsequent movie film. That was a little delayed. I do apologize about that. I had a crazy weekend. But that has been posted now. And hopefully you all enjoyed it. It was fun. It was an enjoyable time. So definitely go ahead and check out that episode. But Alex, how have you been, the last few days?
Been cruising, man. Just recovering. Had a nice recovery weekend from the election week hangover that we had. And so it was nice to just take a breath and not have the news on just 24/7 cycle. So it was nice.
Yeah.
How about chocolate?
Yeah, it's definitely good. It's definitely good to be able to kind of step away from that. And I just hung out with my girlfriend a lot this weekend. Did a really, really fun Yu-Gi-Oh opening on Sunday night. If anyone is into Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon cards, that kind of stuff, definitely go check out the Nerd Chambers, our YouTube channel, where we post our kind of general content. But we do openings for both. Both videos have two of the craziest pulls we could have ever pulled, and it was a great time. It was a lot of fun.
I don't know how you keep doing that too.
3 weeks in a row.
It seems like you guys always get like the card.
Yep, it's been 3 weeks in a row for me. I've pulled $300 cards or more, and I spent for this opening, for what I opened, was $110 worth of stuff. The week before was about $180. The week before that was $105, $110. So
Jesus.
I'm selling everything big that I'm pulling, so I am recouping the money and making money off this, which is kind of crazy to say. Just opening Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I've actually made some profit, which is really cool. But the luck will run out. I'm sure there's going to be an opening or two where I just pull nothing. It's going to happen eventually. Hopefully, we can keep riding this as long as we can. But that's what I've been up to the last few days for us. So it's been fun. It's been fun to kind of, like you said, take a breather, step away from all the real world stuff that we had to focus on over the last week. And yeah, it's been nice. But are you ready? Are you ready to jump into the quiz that I feel like...
I'm so excited. I love this movie. It's my favorite movie.
I really feel like you're going to get all of these. And I do want to preface for the viewers, I was talking to Alex before the show because I brought a couple questions up that aren't on the quiz, and he said those were actually wrong answers, and he verified, showed me some sources for it, and then also just the quotes of the movie, of video. So there is one question here. I'm a little concerned about what you'll actually say, but I have the proper answer, and I even have a quote to back up the answer itself. So I think we'll be good. But yes, we have 10 questions. Then we have a bonus question that has to do with the movie, but not about what's going on in the movie. So we'll see when we get there. But Alex, to start it off, the first question I have for you is, how many years did Red serve before being released on parole?
I knew you were going to ask me this, and I did not look anything up. Oh my God.
I do have multiple choice. I am ready. All these have multiple choice. I want to see if you can provide an answer before I give you multiple choice. Whenever you're ready for multiple choice, I do have multiple choice.
See, here's the thing: is he got released out on parole, so it ends in a 0. And the first one, I can't remember if the first one was for 10 or for 20, and then the thing, and then the third. I want to say 40 years.
Okay.
So that would be my non-multiple choice guess.
Okay. There is 30, 40, 50, and 60. Would you like to lock in 40?
God, it might be 50. Okay, so the first time he was eligible for parole is when we hear him say his little shtick. He gets denied. The second time, we hear it again. The last time is when he says, I don't give a you know what. Was that at 50 years, though? Okay, he was 15. He was 18 when he got sentenced. 50!
It's just to confirm you're locking in 50. Is that correct? Are you locking in 50?
Yes!
Okay, I didn't see the head shake. I'm debating if I want to hold the answers until the end, but I feel like that'll kind of...
I will not survive to the end.
Yeah, I feel like that'll get a little too much. I shouldn't have provided you multiple choice because it was 40.
Wasn't it?
It was
Son of a
40.
bitch.
It was
I
40.
second guessed myself. Damn.
Not off to a good start.
Damn.
Second
I
question.
knew it was 40. I knew it was 40. Don't ever second guess yourself.
You provided the answer without multiple choice. I'm like, I
Tell me I was right.
almost wanted to just be like, good job. But I knew giving you the multiple choice might still have you mess up the answer. So I thought it was on my side to give you multiple choice. Who is the leader of the sisters?
Oh, that's Boggs.
Last name, if you're able to provide that. Because I'll go ahead and provide you the multiple choice. And there's a reason I'm asking for last name. Multiple choice. Boggs Diamond.
Boggs Diamond.
Okay. Then there's Rooster McBride, Rooster Diamond, and Boggs McBride.
It's Boggs Diamond.
Okay. You are correct. 1 for 1. Who does Andy help get his GED?
Tommy.
Okay.
And for bonus points to make up for my stupid 50 guess, passed with a C+ average.
Okay. I do not have that information, but I will believe that you're correct. I'm going to go ahead and read off the multiple choice just in case. Brooks Halton. Tommy Williams. Hatlin, thank you. Tommy Williams. Red. Elmo Blatch.
It's Tommy.
You are correct. Whose first line is, are you going to eat that?
That is Brooks.
Okay.
Are you going to eat that?
All right. We have Brooks, Andy, Tommy, and Red.
It's Brooks.
Okay. You are correct.
Then he feeds the little grub to Jake.
Who is Andy's first lady on the wall?
That is, it's the title of the Rita Hayworth.
Okay. This is the question that I put on here that I wasn't sure. There is Betty Page, Raquel Welch.
Raquel Walsh.
Thank you. Marilyn Monroe and Rita Hayworth.
Rita Hayworth was first, and then it's Raquel Welch.
Okay.
It's Rita Hayworth from the movie that they were watching, and then it's Raquel Welch in like the leopard print thing.
Okay.
So that's the one that they pull off the wall was the Welsh one, but Rita Hayworth is the first one, and I think it's actually in the title of the novella too. It's like something this Shawshank, Rita Hayworth and the Shawshank. I don't remember. I didn't read the book.
Okay, so the quiz had Rita Hayworth as the answer. When I looked it up, I kept seeing Raquel Welch everywhere, but it could have been what you were saying, the second portion of it. So you do have it correct that Rita Hayworth is the correct answer. You've only missed one so far. You're not doing too bad. 3, 4.
Still kicking myself for that 40.
You're 4 right out of the 5 so far. Who is captain of the guards?
Byron Hadley.
Okay, we have Captain Hadley, Captain Hayworth, Captain Harrison, Captain Hanley.
Byron Hadley.
Okay, you are correct.
Clancy Brown, a.k.a. Mr. Krabs, a.k.a. a lot of everything in everything you've ever known or loved. He is a very famous voice actor, and I love him. But he was a dick in that movie.
Next question. Who does Brooks threaten to kill in order to stay in prison?
Haywood.
Okay, we have Hayworth, Heyman, Haywood, Headley.
Haywood.
Haywood, you are correct.
He holds a knife to his throat in the library.
What is the first item Andy asks Red to get him?
Rock hammer.
Okay. We have a spoon, a knife, a scalpel, and a rock hammer.
It's the rock hammer. That's how he introduces himself to him in the yard when they're playing catch. I feel like I have to justify my answer still about that whole 40 thing.
You are correct with rock hammer. All right, we have 2 left. And then the bonus question.
Okay.
What year did Red first come to Shawshank?
That's a very good question. I know Brooks was there in 1905. I don't remember.
Okay.
I think I'm going to need the multiple choice. Yeah, I think I'm going to need the multiple choice.
1907, 1917, 1927, and 1937.
Then I'm going to go with 1917 because Brooks was in there in 05 and he was in there a lot longer than Red, and I think Andy went in the late 20s. It was like 29 or something like that. I don't remember for sure, but I think then that would make sense that it would be 1917 for Red.
Okay.
Did I do it?
You're wrong.
What?
It is 1927.
What year did Andy go in the 30s? Because Red already got rejected by parole before Andy got there. So yeah, it must have been in the 30s.
I did mention before I was trying to keep a lot of the number questions out of here. However, I thought that one and then this next one are actually relatively decent without it being the ones I brought up earlier to you where it was like, how many yards? How many this? And it was just 300, 500, all that kind of stuff. The last question.
Knew the answer to that one.
How long did Andy write letters to the state requesting funds for the library before they responded?
Before their first response?
For what I have on here, before they responded at all.
Okay, so then that would be, I believe it was 2 years. Wait, might be 3.
I'll go ahead and provide
that whole 40-50 thing keeps second guessing my numbers, man.
Well, this is gonna not make it much. This might make it easier. Maybe not.
Okay.
Multiple choice is 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Then it's 6 years.
Okay.
Only took 6 years. I remember the conversation he has with the guard in the warden's office right before he plays the music, the opera, while the other guard's taking a dump. And he says it only took 6 years. So it's got to be 6.
Okay. You are correct. It is 6 years. So you got 8 out of the 10 for the normal questions. We do have a bonus question I want to bring up.
All right.
I feel so bad because it should be 9, but I got you on the multiple choice.
You got me. I got you with the Vader quote, so
yeah.
You know what? Don't feel bad about waiting on that multiple choice and letting me talk myself into a wrong answer.
So this is a very simple yes or no question, and then we're going to kind of discuss it, and then I know there's a little thing that you wanted to bring up, and we'll kind of wrap it up from there.
Sure.
Was Shawshank Redemption a flop at the box office?
it's tough because there's a lot of stuff that came out around that time. So I think I'd probably go with no because I think it still did pretty well. But there was a lot of stuff that came out that year. I think Forrest Gump came out that year. I think there's another big one.
I don't think
Don't
Titanic
remember.
was that year, but Forrest Gump was
No.
94.
Yeah, because I think
Shawshank,
didn't
yeah.
I think Forrest Gump beat out Shawshank at the Oscars, and that's
Pulp
why
Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. That's
Yeah.
another one. Is that true though? Let me look that up.
It.
But yeah,
I'll go ahead and read it, and then we'll kind of talk about it a little bit more. It
okay.
would have been considered a flop at the box office. It was 25 million in production, and it only made 18 million gross.
Wow.
So they lost about 7 million. However, thanks to this is why I want to bring this up, and this is kind of fun. We can kind of rant about maybe a little bit, or just dive in a little bit more. But it made an additional $10 million thanks to Oscar nominations, and the movie apparently blew up for rental releases. That's where it also made a lot of its money as well. And I thought that would be kind of just fun to talk about rentals and stuff like that, since of course that's not something you can really do anymore. And it made me chuckle when I saw like a little fact for it that this movie apparently exploded in the rental movie scene, is where it helped make some of the money back for the box office failure that it had. But of course, the Oscar nominations themselves brought in about another 10 million. So it did eventually recoup the money from people going to rewatch it and rent it. So,
Okay.
but the start of the movie, pre-Oscar nomination, stuff like that. So, thought that was a little fun question.
It kind of makes sense. You have Forrest Gump out there, and everyone loved it. It won the Oscar, I'm pretty sure, and so people definitely saw that. You had Pulp Fiction coming out the same year. So when you just have a straight drama about some dudes in a prison, I could see how that would not be on the top of everyone's list to go see in the theaters.
Looks like there's some other movies also for 94 that it looks like Miss Doubtfire was 94. Schindler's List was 94.
94 was a good year for movies, man.
Jurassic Park was 94.
That was the other one I couldn't think of. It was Jurassic Park was that
Yeah.
year too.
There were some
So you
really
got-
good movies.
You got dinosaurs, you got Pulp Fiction, you got Robin Williams in a comedy, you've got Tom Hanks winning Oscars for a movie, and then you got Shawshank. And so I could totally see. I didn't realize it was that much of an actual box office flop, but I could see how that would cause that to happen.
Oh, and also the biggest movie of the year we didn't even mention yet. The Lion King.
Oh my God, it was 94.
And The Mask was 94. That's fun.
God, good year for movies, man.
Honestly.
My gosh.
Well,
Wow.
I know there was something you brought up before the show that I thought was a very fun addition to Shawshank Redemption, just discussion and talk. So go ahead and bring that one up.
Oh, that was just that Clancy Brown news that I was talking about. I love him so much. He's such a talented voice actor. If you are a fan of pretty much any major animated show, you've probably heard his voice. He's been in stuff like Legend of Korra, I think, or Avatar, one if not both of those. He's Mr. Krabs in SpongeBob. Let me pull up his page so I can properly boast about him. This shouldn't take more than.
Oh wow, Rick and Morty,
That's what we saw him in yesterday. I couldn't think of it.
The vengeful train passenger in that episode, that you just saw. He's Berg in Mandalorian. Okay.
He's an actor in almost 300 things.
Yeah.
God, yeah. Mr. Krabs, that's a big one. Rick and Morty, that's a big one. Man, he's just in everything. What's not to like about him? He's just such a fantastic voice actor, and he's such a cool dude too. So, not to just plug him. Oh, he was Red Hulk in a lot of things.
Yeah. Avengers Assemble. He was Lex Luthor. Oh yeah, he's been a lot of stuff.
Yeah, man. Like I said, if you've seen a thing, you've probably heard his voice, whether you know it or not. He's one of those guys who's up on that level. That's just in everything.
The Mount Rushmore of voice acting.
Definitely of today.
Yeah.
If if not, if you know, if you want to take him off your all-time list, you can make that argument. But he's definitely one of the top guys of today. He's in Ben 10. A lot of people were in Ben 10. A lot of like super famous voices. I might have misspoken about the whole Avatar thing. I don't see him. I don't see Avatar on here. So I guess he wasn't in Avatar or Korra. No, Steve Bloom was, as they often are collaborating.
Yeah.
Shout out Steve Bloom, another fantastic voice actor.
Yeah, there is. It's just crazy, honestly, for how much stuff he's in. But I thought that was a cool little extra addition to information that you could bring up on here. So thank you for that.
Mr. Krabs almost threw Andy Dufresne off a roof.
Yes.
I was surprised at some of the questions that you didn't ask. I thought for sure you would ask how much Andy Dufresne saved Byron Hadley by like doing his taxes for him with the $35,000 that he got from his brother dying. I thought for sure you would ask something about Zihuatanejo.
I had that one in here. I had that one in here, but I was like, I'm not going to be able to pronounce that, so I'm going to butcher that. And I was just like, you know what? Let's keep some things I'll be able to pronounce and not make a fool of myself.
And I even took it back from that because I was like, that's kind of an obvious one that's on like all quizzes. So like, where did he cross? And with the Fort Hancock, Texas postcard, or the field in Buxton, Maine that he hid the thing. I was so set on the geography on where everything took place that I just completely forgot that Red was in there for 40 freaking years and not 50, you dumbass.
I did want to bring this up too because you brought up the money for it, the $370,000 for at least let's see. Again, I haven't seen this movie since like 9 or 10 years old. And I know there was some talk about the money that he was keeping in the movie. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Oh, yeah, he was cooking the books basically.
Yeah,
he was laundering all the money.
Yeah, it was $370,000 then, and inflation to 2020 would be $2.9 million.
Gosh.
Solid.
Jesus.
But yeah, I thought it'd be fun to do this movie for us. We've been talking about doing a quiz for a while, and it prefaces our review for this week. We're going to go ahead and watch Shawshank Redemption because I know we got to watch Revenge of the Sith for myself, and now we'll get to go in and watch Shawshank because I know Alex has had a tough time lately, at least with Doolittle.
This last week was fine, but yeah, we've had some crappy movies lately.
And it's not even just the bad movies, but nothing that we were excited to watch. Like Hubie Halloween. Yeah, we watched it. It was fun, but we were not excited to watch it. Just like Borat, the subsequent movie film. We were not excited to watch it. Was it good? We had a good time with it. Go check out the review to learn more. But this will be the first one in a while, at least you're going to be extremely excited for. And I'm excited to rewatch it. It's been a long time. So I'm hoping now that I'm 24 and not a 9-10-year-old who's like, the movie's But
that's
maybe
not a movie for a 9-year-old either, man. There's some heavy moments in there. It's not a popcorn flick by any means. It's a straight up drama and is driven solely by the plot. And just, oh God, I just love that movie. But yeah, it's not something that you put on for a 9-year-old and they're like, I love this movie. It's like you gotta like listen and think and watch and enjoy, and that's not what 9-year-olds do. That's not what I did at 9 anyway. If you're 9 out there and you love Shawshank, I apologize.
And I guess that was like there were some movies. I mean, it feels more like a popcorn movie, but the movie SWAT. I don't know if you remember that movie from like 2007 or 8. But
I never saw that.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite movies when I was probably like 10, 11 years old. So like I don't know. I need to give this one another chance. I'm really excited to get to do that next. Our next show that we'll be doing that'll come out this weekend. But yeah, it's been a pretty fun time. I'm glad the quiz was relatively decent, at least for you.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a good quiz. Good. You tripped me up on a couple of them.
I'm definitely glad it wasn't. I was worried that the quiz questions I was gonna have is like the no-brainer everyone would know, whereas like, oh yeah, it's this one. It's that one. It's that like where you would just roll in the answers so quick. You had to do a little bit of thinking and analyzing a little bit more, which definitely made it fun. But yeah, Alex, where can the people find us?
Well, Brandon, the people can stop looking on the Facebook and the Twitter and the TikTok and the Instagram and the Google if they just go to thenerdchambers.com. That one actually has a "the" in it, too. So go to thenerdchambers.com. You can see all of the shows that we put out here, not just movie nights, but especially movie nights. You could check out some bios, meet the team, all that great stuff, read some articles, take you to some live streams. That's the central hub. And then from there, we post on the Facebooks and the Twitters and the TikToks and the Instagrams and all of that. Also, if you want to visibly support your pals here, grab some merch from us. shop.spreadshirt.com/thenerdchambers, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Did I get that right? Yes, I got that right. So many words in a row. So yeah, that's where you guys can find us. Big one there is thenerdchambers.com. That's where you're going to find everything you're going to want to see about us. If you're watching, obviously you're on the YouTube here, or you went to the YouTube through the Facebook. So thank you for watching. If you're just listening, everywhere that's got a podcast, we're there. Thanks, Anchor. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Anything else you'd like to say?
No. I hope our next show is me really excited that I enjoyed Shawshank Redemption a lot. And I'm not just a child brain movie watcher who is still 9 and just can't enjoy movies that aren't pew, 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 pew. So we'll see.
Even if you don't like it, man, it's not for everyone. Not all movies are, I don't think there's a single movie out there that everyone universally loves. But I love this one. So I'm very excited to see it. And so with that, I'm Alex, who just punched the crap out of his desk. He's Brandon, with his hands firmly in place. We'll see you guys.